We talk a lot about three-letter acronyms on the bike, and today we're going to talk about one called RPE, rate of perceived exertion. And what rate of perceived exertion is, put simply, how you feel on the bike. And we still use those 5 energy zones: easy, moderate, hard, very hard, and breathless. But we translate those into how we feel. And yes, we have devices, we have heart rate monitors and power meters that measure wattage and heart rate, but how we feel trumps everything. And we never want to outsource how we feel to a device. It's the most important thing. And Bicycling Magazine came up with a great way to use the talk test to decipher how we feel. So in class, we've been going over these really short, fun phrases. Imagine you're having a conversation with your boss behind your back, and where you're out with a colleague on a walk. And if you were in the easy zone or zone 1, the conversation would look like, and he said X and I said Y, 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 and you would be in zone 1. Right now, I'm having a conversation with you, so to speak, and I'm in zone 1. Zone 2, the endurance zone, we're working a little harder, and the conversation might look like, he said X after I said Y. Can you believe that? And then I need to take a breath and let you chime in. And that's about all I can say when I'm in a solid zone 2. Zone 3, the conversation is, he said X, what the heck, right? And then I need to grab a breath. So you can see the phrases are getting shorter and shorter. By the time we get to zone 4, we're talking threshold, we're talking our maximum aerobic capacity, we're talking VO2 max. The conversation is simply, remind me to tell you about my boss later. And that's about all the words you can get out. And when we get into zone 5, you're sort of muttering to yourself, that huff son of a huff, huff, huff. And that's about all you can say. No words. The talk test is a great indicator of tuning into how we feel. The good thing is we essentially have a checks and balances of power, heart rate, and RPE. It's like the 3 branches of how we feel. And we ideally want everything to sync up. Is how I feel translating to my power? Is my power translating to my heart rate? But keep in mind the variables that can happen. Heart rate is easily affected by alcohol, lack of sleep, poor fueling, stress, heat can all affect heart rate. Heart rate also has that delay in responding, where power is more immediate. So use those devices and those other metrics as a checks and balance, but above all, how you feel is most important. So track that RPE and don't tell my boss I'm having a conversation behind his back. See you on the bike.